Okay, we're live. So first, we're gonna watch us against Billings West state quarterfinal at home. Let's do it. I'll pause actually right there. That's something Marston was really good at all year, is just slide tackling. Like, as I've watched the highlights recently, it was just really apparent how quality the whole team was, like, at slide tackles. Like, there were so many people that were willing to hit the deck. And a thing I wanted to share about this is, do you remember what we practiced with Chris the whole night before with corner kicks? He kept sending them where? Do you remember?
Yeah. Just the back corner.
Too deep. Yeah.
Too deep.
Spent like a half an hour practicing sending it to the middle. And so in the game, and he already had a corner kick go way deep and nobody got to it. And then this was the second one. And again, he sends it deep.
So of course it just works out this time.
It was completely counter to what we were doing, but it works.
Yeah, that's tried it so many times.
That, just pause it right there. On, Hoxie's, he's marked on that corner kick.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's just his physical dominance.
Yeah.
You can call it want to, but a lot of it is just approach and just being willing to be physical and overpower the West player. And I recall the goal against Helena High scored against us over our right back 2 years ago, where our right back was taller than the kid that scored the goal. He just was more physical than the kid we had there. That's gonna be something I'm gonna look for Luke Cayley to pick up on.
It's funny you talked about Marston. I watched this first half of this game the other day, and Marston had 2 slide tackles in that little bit we just saw that were both. It's a great win on the ball. In fact, he manages to come up with the ball, I think, on both of them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just to build on that sentiment, I think, with Quinn and Marston, and when Matt moved further up the field, just the pressure from the front made it so difficult for teams to work the ball out of the back against us. I think that was a big asset we had this last season.
This is that keeper that kept coming out, and Paul was talking about him being on a leash.
Just wait for the whip.
This is what Matt was good at. Really good at pressuring, picking the kid off, and just barely missed one on the back post.
Surprised Quinn didn't try to do a diving header there.
Yep, and there's the old broom bounce.
Yeah. Best pitch we've had in ages, and you still got a broom bounce on.
It was Augie went in the header. We got really good at that throughout the year. This is Quinn's bike. That had gone in. That would have been one of the better ones I've seen.
That goalkeeper went above himself to make that save.
Yeah.
Of course, that was Aiden that stayed on side. If it was Marsden, he would have been off.
Yeah. So, that's great to tackle. Augie. Good pressure and good pickoff.
Yeah.
Just needed on frame.
All you got to do is pass the goal.
That's an underrated little save.
It is, especially for an undersized little goalkeeper.
I mean, that ball floats in the air. The wind comes from the west. That could have easily just drifted a little bit more. So
that would be a classic high school goal to give up.
For sure. And this is right after half. This is their kickoff.
The drop
to the kickoff. Yeah, so this is their kickoff. They drop it to this kid, and he plays it out wide.
Now, I can't remember when we had done the pregame here, that was a weak position we had highlighted for us to attack. Did we tell Chris and Marston to push the left and right back immediately off those kickoffs, or was that just...
I think just Chris doing it. I think
organically.
Yeah. Just putting pressure on. picking it off, dribbling at one of them little.
Not even that bad a touch from that kid.
No, this is a good finish too by Matt. Really good finish.
Oh yeah.
Look where it ends up.
Yeah.
And on this game, and I mean this team as a whole, I think we've talked a lot about how much they took the coaching and tried to follow game plans, and I think this was one of the best examples of it, because we hammered like their outside backs are weak. We need to attack their outside backs. There's going to be space for us to move there, dribble at them. They're not a good passing team, and I think the boys really executed that pretty proficiently, and they followed through, and we got all the results that we would expect following that game plan. So.
Nope.
And what's really tragic was in that first half, probably could have had 2 more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember this was close. Kid coming out. This is just an athletic play by Quinn. That's like the being clever thing, having the idea to do it. Just barely over.
One of our better games, actually along our back line, which was not, suspect at times, but really the back three stepped up, put a lot of pressure on their front line, and that allowed our front seven to really kind of feast on West's mistakes.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, so Henry had that ball in the air. He had that punch across that we saw, and then their only goal, which obviously isn't in our highlight, was
Isn't it a
across,
handball?
and it just like a kid was handballed and it dropped, I think, and then he put it in. So, I mean, against a state quarterfinal team to really allow, I mean, I don't know, 1.5 chances when you combine all 3 of those, like that's pretty good. Oh. Keepers on a leash. It's like a theme.
Oh my gosh.
Now, was that which goalkeeper was it that they started with?
Well, their All-State one is on the bench right now.
So is it Demons or what's the other one?
Maharg is the one that's on the bench right now. Is that right?
No, Maharg's in the game. He got yanked.
The one that let the ball.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's correct. So, yeah, it's opposite of what I said. You were right, Cam. So, their All-State kid, that was him then.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's great. That's just a great tackle.
Yeah.
I think it was Hoxie. Let's see it again in a second. Yeah. Really solid. All ball.
Was this the second or third game of the season?
Third,
yeah. 'Cause Sentinel. It was Big Sky, Sentinel, and then this one. Yeah. Okay. This is where it gets to be a little bit of a mess with that keeper coming out. Aiden just needed to barely get a little bit more on it.
Yeah. Forever perplexed how he didn't get to the ball.
But at this point, too, didn't they have they didn't have their back line that they had later in the season? Didn't they end up changing their center backs?
Yeah, he moved quite a bit of stuff around.
Because I remember Nate and I going and watching them play against, was it Hellgate?
Sentinel was their first game.
Yeah, it was Sentinel, and you could just tell that their center backs it wasn't their natural position. And again, I think it goes back to what we trained. We identified that as a weak spot and told Quinn and Aiden and to attack and run at again, because
just look at their shape right here.
Yeah, because they were playing 3 at the back too, I think, or if they're not, their left back I don't know where.
Yeah, but they've got this right here, nobody marking Wiggy.
Mm-hmm.
Overloaded on one side, yeah.
They were 4 in the back in the first half. They went to 3 in the back in the second half.
Because they were pushing to try to get more chances.
Good old Quinn pickoff. He just needed to
Yeah.
just
Finish.
a little more.
Got it right at him.
Seemed that tackle seemed a little late to me.
It did. They could have called that, but
Yeah.
yeah. Chris, a little unlucky. That was actually going to be on frame.
It was. Helena High is a good shot blocking team. They really
Yeah,
are.
it is.
Yeah, here we go. Here's your first goal.
God, you don't realize how wide that was until you see it from that angle.
You know, I'm a goalkeeper coach, but I put that on the goalkeeper. He looks away.
Yeah,
if you
for
look
sure.
He calls for the ball, and then he looks away, and Schmitz plays him the ball, and she
That's
goes.
such a good grab by Henry.
That is like you can see his extension
Mm-hmm.
is and it's all the way back on that. And like no bobble all the way there. That's really good.
Yeah. Almost like we train that.
Mhm. That's a great flick.
Oh, God, yeah.
Really on that. Yeah, just a lot of good flicks actually. This gets to be a cluster, and Aiden just slaps it wide.
Yeah.
Just anywhere on the frame, wet grass probably goes in low.
Well, even if you go back to that, Adam, real quick, like I think how far the keeper is out, Aiden could almost try to just dink it right over the
Yeah,
top
you just
of
think
him.
on the ground, anywhere there is gonna go.
Well, when he first gets
Oh,
that
in the
ball
first
up there,
shot. Yeah.
it's right on 18. The Kate, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he could have chipped him if he'd like been really. He's really out. He's kind of
Mhm.
cut down an angle here, but yeah,
I see what he's trying to do.
yeah,
Oh, it's right just for Quinn to slap it in, but
yep.
wrong footed him. Meza on the service there.
Yep, really good tackle too. Like, actually, I don't know if that's Marston or Mezzer. That's a good service. So this is and ball. It should have been called, but then Hoxie's got to finish that.
Yep.
Just sitting.
More
6.
Yeah,
A little more patience.
yeah.
Either hit it there or wait for it to come down.
Yeah, because he's going to get clobbered if he waits, which is perfect.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
go
just
back
the
to that.
handball.
Adam,
You want
Adam,
back?
go back to that. Hoxie's sitter.
Play it.
Watch Hudson
Watch
with
who?
the half surrender Cobra.
Oh,
After
I know.
Hoxie.
Yep.
Love that tackle.
Yep.
Like,
So many chances.
The old knee save.
Yeah.
Great awareness by Addison just to turn and get rid of that ball.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is the penalty hold that the AR called,
Yeah.
which was appreciated.
picture perfect.
No mistake from that kid.
Nope. Just low. That's a good read to come out and get that. And then no rebound. Like, I'm actually
Yep.
amazed there's no rebound on that.
Fully wraps the ball.
Yeah. Really, really good. Just Helena High kid's right there.
Yep. No, that's great goalkeeping. He stays on his line for that. You got a problem.
This was close. Just needed to
Wow.
wrap
That's a
more
right
around
decision.
it.
Just try to dink it in there. Couldn't really do anything else.
Oh, this is right. So This is great awareness by Aiden. I'll let it play through after we get here, but
The diagonal
not a
run
lot, right? Probably most people probably play this, try to play it line.
through Marston. Or,
I don't even like. It's hard to see if how like when he actually takes a peek at Quinn for this chip right there, and then to get
That's
the
gotta
ball,
be preseason.
just a perfect pass.
Well, and you can see Quinn just like skirting that line, checking off, and then making the burst through at the last.
Oh, yeah.
minute there.
Like that is a
Gary.
perfect.
He pops right there. It's where he takes that step out with his left and then cuts in hard on the right angle.
Yeah.
He's right at goal.
But that was like exactly what both of those two were like the best at, was Aiden being able to do that chip finesse pass, and then Quinn having the athleticism to be able to run on and head the ball and direct it opposite where the keeper is going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. This was Hoxie ducking shoulder, but just unlucky getting it blocked. This is where Marston, he finished this later in the year against Flash.
Yeah.
So somebody
Was he
watching
just-
this, and then they
was he
go and
just
watch the
going-
Flathead one.
To slot that under
Slot that.
with his left foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, almost. It's the exact same spot, too. Exact same goal.
Yeah.
He just, yeah, this is Hoxie again. But yeah, if you go and watch it, same exact one. Kind of same spot in the game, too. Just chance to really completely put it up and totally out of reach.
Another block by Helen High.
Yeah. And that's your ball game. There we go.
Was that Womps on camera?
Yep.
Yeah, probably.
Sure.
We always like to show the scoreboard, except when the other team scored.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Sweet. Well, thanks everyone for joining.
Yeah, that was good. It was,
I'm gonna kill the recording right now. So.